Well, it's noon here, so I'm not sure where you all are. A lot of you is probably noon as well. So thank you for everyone that has joined us today. We will do our business and we'll be on our way because it's Friday, and we all have things to do. So Will is going to help me out. Will is our tech guru here, and he's our pro and expert, and he's been working on some things that we're going to share with you. And Danielle is on here as well. Danielle is the other right-hand person from the national office that works with us, and we're so blessed to have both of them to work with us and keep us on track. So really wanted to point out to you, and we'll talk here in a minute how to access the information, but there's an affiliate toolkit. So there, if you are the public affairs person or responsible for that area, there's on page, I think, 27, Will, starts public affairs. Do you want to go ahead and pull that up and show how to, let me shut up and then you show how to access that information.
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. And just a quick reminder, we are recording this. I'm going to lop off the front and anything at the end if we don't need it, so that it's just starting from about here. But that link, excuse me, will be sent to all of the e-list after the fact. So if you miss anything for any reason, it will be recorded and made available. So let me share my screen. To get to the toolkit, you will need to log in. If any of you don't have your login information, please reach out to us at membership@neafcs.org, and I would be happy to get that for you. Are y'all able to see my screen without black boxes on it? I've been having an issue lately. All clear? Okay, good. I swear it's like it never was a problem, and then all of a sudden it's been a problem the last couple of times. All right, so all you have to do is get logged into the website. You'll also find that at the end of every message that gets sent to you from the e-list, that it has a link to the toolkit down there. We added that to make it easy for everybody to access it. Yes, Zoom gremlins, absolutely. I swear they keep changing stuff. Okay, so once you're logged in, you go to Member Center and click on Document Library. And this library has a lot of information, you can find our mission, vision, standing bylaws, standing policies, the new action plans for the committees, everything will be up as well. But right here, the NEAFCS Officer Toolkit. And anytime this does get updated, this link is updated. So that's really the only place you need to go. Log in, Member Center, Document Library. And then as Jennifer was saying, it's got the different areas. So the duties and deadlines for VP Public Affairs. It's apparently not linked like the rest of them, but it does start on page 27. So let's go on down to 27. And there you go. Jennifer, do you want to talk about these duties or?
Yeah, you basically, as the affiliate contact for public affairs, you have some very specific things that we request of you. One of those is coming up that we're having a webinar on next week, which is impact statements. And that's one of the big focus areas that we do with public affairs, because those go on to elected officials and decision makers. So they're aware of what we're doing and our role in the community and how important we are. I believe we're very important in the extension world and the impacts that we make, and we just need to do a really good job of promoting those. So that would be one of your focus areas. We are working on a couple things. Danielle's worked on getting that portal open. We may touch up one or two things with that, but it will basically be ready to go. I would say after, what do you think, Danielle? After we do the impact statements, we'll work on that on Tuesday and start showing you how to do some stuff. This year, we're going to do something a little bit different related to those, in that we are going to ask you for specific information that we are going to use to create infographics that are higher impact. One of those areas we will look at is food preservation, because we have lots of families doing home food preservation now. We're going to approach that from a food safety aspect, but also as a saving measure. So, but we will get you specific questions. Will and I just talked about that. I think, Will, you're going to create a little bit separate survey to gather those, or there'll be a different link that you go to do that. So be thinking about that. We have some affiliates that do a phenomenal job getting in the information, and other affiliates we never hear from. And then their members will ask, why were we not reflected? Well, we have to have input to get output. So if they're not being reflected, it's probably because we haven't gotten anything. And last year was my first year, and I spent probably 40 hours in February alone just working on things. That's not counting the other people that wrote those impact statements. So it's very time intensive, and we need as much input as we get. And we don't always have time to come back and say, hey, we need something from your affiliate. So if you can put that in to start with, that would be fantastic. But you'll see general duties, and then you'll start seeing a little bit of a timeline. So that will help you as an affiliate contact to know when that information is going to be gathered. So we're looking January to April, and we're in kind of September, October right now. The deadline's already passed for the RFP for the PILD, and I know we're looking at those right now. But there's some other things coming up that you can kind of help with. There are committees within public affairs, and I'm waiting on one plan of work, but everyone else has theirs in, and they will be doing some work and sending that out to you all to promote in your area. So we try to send those to the VPs and say, hey, will you push this out to your state? And most members will recognize your name before they'll recognize my name. So that's why it's really important that on the affiliate level that you go ahead and promote that information as well, because that gives you that local contact. Anything else, Danielle, Will, anything you want to add to that?
I just wanted to mention, since we're here on the calendar area, and for December, it's really about promoting Dine In for Healthy Families on December 3rd. That is based off of NEAFCS's. It's now called, like, I think it's a whole month now that they're doing. It used to be Dine In Day, but now it's FCS Day and something else. So the committee, one of the committees, is working on putting together some language for that, so that it can be shared, and you will be copied on that. So we will get you something that then you, like Jennifer said, can get filtered down. You can push out to all of your members as well.
Yeah, they've totally restructured that. I think every Friday in December, they're doing a major push on something. So like Will said, you will get that information. Do you all have questions? Okay, Cheryl, you're on, I think. Yeah, there you go.
I do. Thank you. On November 4th, our Maryland affiliate will be meeting and doing all the swearing in of new officers for the year. Since we need a new president, it's been a little bit of a push with our tight group, and there's been some jockeying. So unfortunately, I think I'm needing to step away from public affairs because they want me to pick up secretary position. So my question is, what's the best way to pass the torch, get the information to someone else? And is there a process for our affiliates to make sure that, you have then the people that will be taking and stepping in? But as far as from my angle, like, what can I do to assist that person so that it's a little bit more smooth entry and she doesn't have to figure it all out from scratch? Although if there's a lot of that when you take it. I've been on 2 years now, and I did this in Delaware when I was there too. So that's why I know a little bit more about it.
First of all, the national office will tell you, you get the updated office, or any changes that you make, get that in as soon as possible. Because I know I get stuff all the time. I'll send it out and they're like, I'm not the VP anymore. Well, okay, has it been? I'm not sure that it was changed at national. It hasn't been changed at national because that's who we have down listed. So make sure, Cheryl, if you'll do that, get that updated, and then everything will go to her. But then also, if you could just sit down with her and explain some basic things, show her where this toolkit is. I'm assuming it's just she. I thought you said she. So, okay. Show her where this toolkit's located and how to do it. So yeah, do that. And have her contact me.
Okay.
I'll be more than willing to work her through processes or guide and direct.
I think she'd really like that. Thanks, Jen, for just
you're welcome.
Someone she can reach out to, as well as our state affiliate members. Thanks.
Absolutely. And I'm here, any of you all, if I can help in any way, just contact me. All that information is on the national site. You can contact me and I will. It may be the evening sometimes when I'm at home and I'm finally sitting in the chair and I'm going through email and I can think a little bit more concentrated. That's when I answer emails, but I will get to you as soon as possible if you send something out.
I would also say, along with the toolkit, absolutely, and contacting Jennifer, if they, and there'll be training videos. We're developing some new ones to help people find where committees are, to help people find where the e-lists are. And one of the reasons we do push the importance of the e-list is it's not just a one-way communication. It's not just staff or Jennifer, shouting out into the void to you. The idea is it is a two-way street. So if you guys ever are looking for suggestions or answers from your fellow affiliate VPs, you can utilize that list. It'll go to everybody. The really nice thing about using it is the continuity. So your new VP of Public Affairs can actually go into the e-list section and see every message that has been sent. So they won't have to recreate the wheel, or they won't have to, go digging everywhere for information. Like, all of it's saved there in order of date, so that she or anybody will be able to go through and see previous messages Jennifer has sent, or messages from the national office or the previous national VP back and back. So that's another great resource that's available to all of you when you're a member of any of the e-list. It exists for all of that.
Thanks, Will. That's great.
Mhm. I'm glad Will mentioned that, because I referenced that. Just like the other day, I sent out blank forms and they're like, did you, where would I find it? And I'm like, go to our message history and you can pull it up. So, but I mean, I sent it out also, but other questions at this point? And we still have people joining us. That's great. Welcome. We've just talked about link. Will has shared a link to this toolkit that we were talking about. So if you are just joined us and you're wondering what you're supposed to do, that's kind of the outline in that affiliate toolkit as to what your responsibilities would be. So, other questions? Will, are you prepared to share what you've been working on with one of our committees? We mentioned this this past year, and Will is moving forward with that. And I know you all are eagerly awaiting this. Will is working on an individual impact statement. If you would like to do that individually to promote your work and what you've done and use that on a local level, Will is working on a form that would be a really quick personalization for you to do, but it will come from national office. So Will, without further ado, if you will share what we're working on and why we're working on it, that would be great.
Absolutely. I'm going to share an example of one that was shared with us by a previous board member out of Texas. So this is the personal one that she's got. And I'm going to show you the template I'm building. The intention here is that I am building it in Canva, but the intention is that it would be available as a fillable PDF for those that do have Adobe and don't use Canva. Obviously, there'll be a Canva template, because I know a lot of extension offices are taking advantage of that, and I love Canva. And I find it super easy to work in. So I'm building it in there first, but it will also be available as a PDF. And then hopefully as a Word document as well. The intention here is to cover the most popular software to use to do it, so that it is easy for everybody. And I'm hoping that most people, if nothing else, can utilize the Word document on their own and be satisfied with what they're able to create. So this one was submitted by Michelle Wright. And so as you can see, it shows it's a personal impact statement about Walk Across Texas. You can see she utilizes infographics and numbers, which Jennifer has mentioned, I think, already today, but that is one of the things we've been talking about, how important having those direct numbers are. That's why we're going to be asking you some of those more detailed questions. And of course, some images here. And then the second page is up here. Again, we've got additional graphics and call out quotes and numbers to really drive that impact home. And then ending it again with another picture of what's going on. And then her face, her professional photograph, along with her contact details, so that you can see at a glance that this is her personal one. And then let me show you the one I'm working on. Again, it's blank because it's a template. So I've got the hold areas here. It is similar to the one that I just showed you with Michelle. We are considering branding these with the Living Well tagline, since that is an NEAFCS public affairs initiative, the Living Well Month, and all that goes with that. So the idea here is that if you're using this template in Canva, you'll be able to just slip your photographs right into the holders. Of course, and that's if you don't know anything else about Canva. If you don't feel comfortable moving things around, all you're gonna have to do is fill in the blanks. So we've got areas where you can change the titles. Of course, you'll be able to fill in text, put your county name, your name. You got a call out bar over here if you want to highlight something specific within it. Again, some more holders down here for images of your university, of your any logos. If it's a program where you have a logo, like on Michelle's, the Walk Across Texas logo, it's got the Texas with the footprint. So that kind of information down here. And of course, your website address for your extension office, where all of your information can be housed for further details. So it'll be a 2-pager like the other. I'm still working on it. We do have, and we'll also be creating, like I said, hopefully a Word document version where these headers and things will be, in the header and the footer, so you don't really have to mess around with them too much. And then again, placeholders where people can just start typing and fill everything in and drag in their photos. So the plan is to have this available as an asset, as a resource for every NEAFCS member, so that they can use it within their own county, state, or what have you.
Mhm. This is something that the members have really requested. I know some of them have said, though, that they would not be allowed to do that. So you need to go through your state office, state extension structure to see whether or not you can use those locally. But once that's up and going, we'll do a training on how to do that. So we'll do a webinar on that, and then everyone can log on. You can just promote that and join, and then they can ask Will all kinds of questions, and he can explain how that's going to take place. But this is something that a lot of members are very interested in, and I think it's a great way to promote locally what you can do. I've had lots of conversations in the past since I've taken this office, and I had before as well, as to what the legislators look for. And they do not want lots of words. They need something quick and simple. And that's where those infographics are so important. And our impact statements are phenomenal, but we need to do more quick read, get it on down the road, but also have the backup information there. And that's kind of what we're looking at this year, is introducing, kind of melding that old way of doing things, but doing some new ways, introducing those as well. So, this is my last year. I will put a call out for those. If you're a VP and you love this area, there will be a committee looking for, after this year, a person to become the national VP. So if you're interested, start thinking now, start doing some research now, contact us. We'll be more than happy to work with you. But yeah, I'm getting ready to, I guess I've started my last year of this. It's a 2-year term. So we will need people to step in. So something else to think about. So we've talked about the e-list, the toolkit. We've talked about impact statements briefly. We do have an impact or a webinar coming up on Tuesday at 3:00 Eastern time to talk about impact statements, to show you how to put things in more detailed. So have we covered everything, Will?
I think so. Absolutely. I mean, just keep an eye on the e-list. I'm assuming all of you, since you're here, you successfully got the message through the e-list. To keep an eye on that, Jennifer and staff will continue to share, tips and information as we go along. Like I said, don't forget it is a two-way street. As Jennifer mentioned, with the fact that some folks have told us, I can't use a personal impact statement. We recognize that every affiliate's going to be different. Every school, every university handles things differently. So obviously we can't create a one size fits absolutely everybody resource, but our goal is to create something that the more people that can use it, the better. So as we go along, please feel free to reach out to Jennifer or myself if you want to comment on like the templates, if you're like, this would make it even better, or this is the kind of thing. We want to make something that's going to continue to work for the biggest majority of people for the longest time. So please don't be afraid. I'm sorry, my dog is barking in his sleep. Please don't be afraid to let us know how we can make things better for you and all of that.
Mhm.
And yes, the impact webinar is open to any member of National, unless you were asking if it was open to members who are not members of National, but members of your affiliate.
Yeah. Anything
Our
else?
affiliate members are all members of Nationals.
Then yes, absolutely. The link is right on the website on the webinar page. They just have to log in and access the webinar page under professional development. They'll see that it is listed there, and the link to the Zoom to register is right there. Registration's free, or attendance is free. They just have to actually register for it to get the login information for the day of the meeting.
Will, is it Tuesday or Thursday? I have Thursday in my calendar.
Let me verify here. The webinar Share Your Impact is Wednesday the 2nd at 3 o'clock.
See, I told you the wrong date, didn't I?
Yes,
Did we
because I had Thursday the 3rd.
No, it should be. I'll tell you what, I will
It
triple
is a Wednesday.
verify that. I will triple verify that. And in the follow-up email that I'll be sending with this recording, which is going to go to the e-list, I will include that information on the webinar as well, so that we can be sure that we are all on the right page. I'll be the first to say it would not be the first time I said it was one date or one time and it was a different time. It's what's showing on my calendar, but I'm going to triple verify it, and I'll make sure and include that in the follow-up email.
It is.
Well, it's what we
Wednesday,
have
2nd
on our
at 3 o'clock.
website.
Do what?
Yes, it's what we have on our website. And I could even log into the Zoom and make sure, but it is Wednesday, November 2nd at 3 Eastern.
So hopefully by then we will have some things concreted, more permanent, so you all will know exactly what we're looking for. How many of you, I sent an email, you should have received the email with the extension handouts. There's 3 of them. That's the 3 focus areas that they're really promoting, which was workforce development, health equity and well-being, and climate resiliency. That's kind of what we're going to look at when we're actually asking these specific questions. We will ask it within that same area, because that is what NEAFCS is really promoting. So we want to make sure that we're providing them information and that they can use those stories. They do access our local, our state statements that through our state extension organizations. So they're reaching it that way. But NEAFCS is the collective membership for FCS professionals, and we really want to promote out our role and how cohesively we can work together to get information out on our impact as well. So hence the extra questions that we will ask. But yeah, other questions, other comments, things you want to know about that we haven't answered? Okay. Hearing none. Will, any last comments, or Danielle?
I would just add this because it's something I've noticed over the years. And again, it's a continuity issue, I think. And that is the fact that if you have not in this position, if you have not explored our website, logged in, I would highly recommend that you do. Along with that document library, we have a whole graphics library. So in case you need to download any of NEAFCS's logos or anything like that to utilize, that is there along with the policies that govern those. Under the public affairs section, where we do have like Living Well Month, we do have lots of downloadable options there, templates. I mean, at one point there was PowerPoint presentations as well as some templates for those individual statements and things like that. We have videos that the committee created a couple of years ago and have refreshed. I'm sure they're going to be doing another refresh again this year or adding to it. So a lot of those things are there that you can go ahead and start looking through and kind of planning for even before we get into next year or closer to the actual event. And please, if you don't see something on there that you would expect to see, or something new that you would like to see, definitely let Jennifer know. Jennifer can, let us know. We can work together along with the committees, the public affair committees, to create items if there is a need for them. We won't know that unless you give us that feedback. So if there's nothing else I can impress on you, please know that you've got our national VP. I keep pointing in the wrong direction. She's over here. We've got our national VP, Jennifer, here, and you do have staff as well. And our goal is to make things as well for you as we possibly can, to provide you with what you need. But we certainly can't know that unless you share that with us. So we've got what we think is great, but if there's something that you're like, we should really have this, please share that information with us. We've got 3 different committees that are available that can work on things. So the time, the effort, the energy is there. Just let us know where you'd like us to point that. So that would be the one thing. Check the website out. If you can't find something on it, reach out to staff. Let us know, like, hey, you said there was this, but I can't find it. I am always happy to answer those emails for you. Again, membership at NEAFCS.org goes to both Danielle and myself. So we will both receive that and be able to respond to you as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. I always tell everyone, if you think if you have an idea, share it. Don't hold back, because that's how we learn. And some of the best ideas came because someone spoke up. So we're always willing to make changes as needed, and we just want to make it better. So feel free to reach out. Okay, final comments. Does anyone have a question? It's your opportunity. If not, I think we've concluded our business here. So you all have a great weekend. Enjoy. Hopefully it's nice and sunny where you are. And it's great weather here in Kentucky. It'll be about 70 tomorrow. And it's great. It's great to have a weekend. I'm ready for the weekend, y'all. It's been a week for me. So thank you all so much for joining us. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or to Will or Danielle, and we'll be happy to help. So y'all have a great day.
Jennifer, Will, thank y'all so much.
Thank you all.
Oh, you're welcome. That's why